So, in order to begin our foray into chemistry, we first must know what is an atom. An atom is the smallest complete piece of matter. So we're talking about a piece of matter that is functional and can actually get some stuff done. So we gotta start with the atom. Now, an atom has a certain structure. There's 118 atoms in the universe. There's really only 90 that exist on Earth. But all atoms have some things in common, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. The first thing is every atom has a nucleus. The nucleus is the center of the atom, and it's the space where all the mass is. In the next video, we're going to look at how to build an atom. So for now, know that the nucleus is in the center. Now, around the center is an area called the electron cloud, and it is outside of the nucleus. It is larger in larger atoms because there's more stuff floating around in there, and it's where all the cool, fun chemistry stuff happens. The movement of the particles that live in the electron cloud are kind of what allow chemistry to be chemistry. So, inside of an atom, there are 3 subatomic particles. Sub means below, so we're talking about the 3 things that are below the level of the atom that make the atom up. The first thing that we have here is our little positive friend, the proton, P positive proton. The next thing that we have is our neutral neutron, and you'll see that he has a 0 in the middle because he is neutral. He doesn't have a charge. And then the last thing that we have is a negative electron, and it's a negative experience to get shocked by electricity, which is the movement of electrons. So that's the way to remember that. Proton positive, neutron neutral, electron is negative. Now, protons and neutrons exist in the nucleus, and electrons live in, you guessed it, the electron cloud. Protons and neutrons are also relatively large. Now, in the grand scheme of things, we can't see them. They're incredibly microscopic, but they're 2,000 times larger than an electron. So we got the big guys in the nucleus, which is why the mass is there, and then the little guys are in the electron cloud. The protons and neutrons always stay in the nucleus. They're too big to move, but because the electron is so tiny, it can move all over the place. The proton is found by the atomic number of the atom, which we're going to get to, and it gives the atom its identity. So if an atom has 5 protons, then it's boron. That's just what it is. Inside of the nucleus, we have the neutron, and that fills up the nucleus. It also separates the protons from each other. Because you have too many positives together, they kind of blow the nucleus apart, so we need those neutrons to separate. And then the electrons give us all that cool chemistry because they move around. They don't just move around the atom, they move in and out of the atom as well. So I'm going to give you guys a little metaphor that I use a lot to remember this. And if we think of an atom as a house, the place on the house where people spend a lot of time is, the couch. So we're going to call the nucleus the couch. And it is in the center of our atom here. And on this nuclear couch is going to sit 2 different particles, the protons and the neutrons. They're on the couch. They're never going to move. They just want to watch TV all day long. They sit on that couch, fill up the nucleus, and that is what gives the atom its mass, is because all the protons and neutrons are sitting on the couch. They are big, they are lazy, they don't move around, they just sit in the nucleus forever. Now, in contrast, the electrons are very small, and they never sit on the couch because they're too busy moving around, kind of like young children, for those of you that have, little kids at home. So we got the electrons moving all over the place in the electron cloud, and they are always on the move. We never know where they are because they're moving so fast. By the time we figure out where they are, they're already gone. They're small, they move all over the place, they move around inside of the atom, they move out of the atom, and that's what gives us our cool chemistry. So, protons and neutrons, big, lazy things, always on the couch. Electrons, moving all around, doing the hokey pokey, if you will. And now that we know about the 3 particles, we have to learn how to build all of those different types of atoms.